Happy New Year, air signs. It's Caroline at White Wolf Mystic. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday. I wanted to first apologize for taking so long to get these videos uploaded for you. I did have a bit of a cold over the holidays and I lost my voice, so I wasn't able to record. So thank you again for your patience. So we have a lot of astrological transits going on this month. I did a video on the astrology of 2020, which is posted on my channel. I'll post that link below. I highly recommend checking that out just to get a feel for all the major shifts that we're going to be seeing as a collective this year. I'll also be doing an Instagram live discussion about the astrology of this year on January 9th at 7 p.m. So feel free to join me on Instagram for that. And I also recommend subscribing to my newsletter, as I do post regular updates each month on what to expect and what's coming up in the month ahead. So highly recommend checking that out as well. And I'll post those links down below, as well as the timestamps for your zodiac sign. Hi, Cece. Oh, hold on. We have a visitor. Oh, Cece wanted to be present for the air signs this month. So we have a little blessing from my goddess kitten. Okay, so let me go ahead and get started with Aquarius, since your season is coming up at the end of this month. So for Aquarius, this should be a pretty busy month because we've got the sun moving into your sign on the 20th. We have a new moon in Aquarius at 4 degrees Aquarius on the 24th. We've got Mercury moving into Aquarius on the 16th. So this should be a busy month, mid-month, end of month for you Aquarians. We've also got Saturn, big planet Saturn, moving into Aquarius in March of this year, and it's going to be spending some time in Aquarius this year and over the next few years, so that will be significant for you guys coming up. But let's focus on January for right now. What is Aquarius working on this month? Ooh, one of my spirit animals, wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. Okay, so what does this have to do with? Pull some tarot cards. Okay, so we have the moon. This has to do with your emotions. It has to do with recognizing the cycles of your life, that things come in cycles. Things change regularly. This also has to do with our subconscious mind, processing our past, processing our emotions, our childhoods, our fears. This may be significant for you guys. On January 10th, we have this full moon, lunar eclipse in Cancer. We've also got Uranus stationing direct, which may be squaring some of your suns, depending on what degree your sun is at, because Uranus and Taurus, Taurus squares Aquarius, so that could be something that you guys will experience when Uranus stations direct on January 10th. So pay attention to whatever comes up for you this month, especially on the 10th and around the 12th, having to do with cycles and emotions and things that we need to learn from and turn into wisdom. We've also got Two of Wands. So some of you may be traveling this month. This is a card of seeing the world from a bigger picture. It's also a card of choices. So you may need to make some decisions, practice some discernment this month in terms of what to prioritize. That's more in alignment with your values. So that may come up for you as well. And then we've got Five of Swords, which is deception, trickery, negativity. This could be internal negativity as a result of your mindset. And again, if some of you have your sun sign around 2 degrees, within a few degrees of 2 degrees Aquarius, this Uranus station direct is going to be squaring your sun. So you might really feel that pressure to change and shift and move out of situations that are no longer working for you, to move away from toxic social situations, work situations, or to have more open and honest communications with people. So I do see some shifts happening for Aquarius this month in terms of doing our inner work and processing our emotions and our subconscious and healing whatever triggers come up, whatever judgments and fears come up, whatever we're projecting on other people, getting to the source of that so that we can Turn knowledge into wisdom. So I'm seeing that as a main theme for Aquarius this month. You've also got a new moon in Aquarius on the 24th, which I mentioned before. That could be a really powerful cycle for you to utilize in terms of writing down what you want to manifest going forward. Since that's in the sign of your sun, that could be a powerful new moon for you to use in ritual. Okay. We have hope. Stay positive. The worst is behind you. Look up to the light. All right. So I feel like this is significant, and it has to do with this Five of Swords energy, which can be the opposite of hope. It can be very fearful, very toxic, very negative, very pessimistic. So I'm seeing that it is important, you know, also Two of Wands, choosing your perspective, how you view the world, and making sure we are viewing the world from a place of hope. And hope is something that can be challenging sometimes. That's something I struggle with as well. But remembering that hope is not something that we wait for external confirmation that it's okay to hope. We don't wait for an external circumstance to show us that hope is worth having. We don't wait on external circumstances, period. Hope is something that's cultivated from within. It is a trust that everything that is happening and evolving in the universe and in the world around us is serving our highest good, and that no matter what we receive or what comes onto our plate or happens in our circumstances, that we have the ability to overcome and to grow stronger. So hope is important for Aquarius this month, I'm seeing. Choosing your perspective wisely. Okay. What do you need to release? Yeah. The moon, lunar cycles. What do you need to release or let go of so that you can cultivate this hope and turn knowledge, turn your experiences into wisdom that will help you to grow stronger, rather than beliefs about the world that will hold you back and keep you small. So what do you need to release? Release is going to be a big one for you guys this month. So I would definitely utilize the full moon eclipse in Cancer. Full moons are perfect for purging and releasing. So doing some kind of ritual on January 10th could be very beneficial for surrendering whatever you need to let go of. Okay, final message for Aquarius for January. My fearless freedom lights up the world. Well, that is a perfect message for Aquarius, you freedom lovers. My fearless freedom lights up the world. Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. All right, Aquarius, that's your reading for January. Next up, Gemini. Gemini is going to be a significant year for you as well, because we have the lunar eclipses are wrapping up their time in the Cancer Capricorn axis, and they're now moving into the Gemini Sagittarius axis. Whoa, popping cards here, which means that a lot of the major eclipse cycles happening this year are going to be happening in those signs. So you're going to be feeling it. Sagittarius is going to be feeling it. It's going to be a very busy year in terms of activating your sense of self, shedding things that are no longer serving that sense of self, reevaluation, and then stepping into your higher self or a more evolved version of yourself. So, you know, a lot of activation happening for you, Geminis. We've also got some healing. We're still processing a lot of healing, deep inner work, psychology. We've got Uranus moving through Taurus, which is the 12th house of Gemini, Gemini rising. And this, we've got work that we're doing in terms of how we relate to intimacy and how we share resources with others. Okay, so that is the work overall this year we're doing as Geminis. What are we focusing on this month? Frog spirit, clear out the clutter. Clear out the clutter. Yeah, I feel like this has to do with mostly healing, because again, the Gemini solar chart, in the Gemini solar chart and Gemini rising, we've got Uranus, this planet of change and upheaval and release and major shifts, is moving through the 12th house, which is our subconscious mind. It's our psychology, it's karma, it's inner work and healing. So a lot of healing and clearing out things that are no longer serving us, so that we can make space for things that do. All right. Let me pull some tarot cards to clarify what we are clearing out, or what we need to be clearing out. Okay, so clearing the way for more creativity is going to be really important. And I feel like this resonates with me personally, as well as a lot of Geminis that I've encountered this year. I am a Gemini. Because we have been doing so much serious work, inner work, in terms of relationships and intimacy and how we create that. Remember, Gemini is the ultimate sign of curiosity and playfulness, but we may have lost some of that over the past year doing all of this heavy work that we've been doing. And so clearing out space for creativity is going to be important. Also, clearing out old beliefs, beliefs about the world, beliefs about love, beliefs about how things work or should work is going to be something we're clearing out as well. I think for Geminis as well as Virgos, both signs ruled by Mercury. Mercury can be a very active, very intellectual, very quick-minded planet, right? And it does have that influence on us, but it can be our Achilles heel too, because we can be way too much in our head sometimes. So I'm also seeing with this card that grounding yourself in some kind of meditation or mindfulness practice, especially first thing in the morning, even if it's just making yourself a cup of tea or coffee, doing something where you are practicing mindfulness of just being 100% present in the moment, on what you're doing, and trying to ground yourself in that, and telling the mind basically that it is not in charge. It is a major part of your life, and you utilize it certainly as a powerful tool to navigate and go about your life, but your mind is not in charge. Your soul is in charge. Your heart is in charge. Your intuition is in charge. So I'm seeing this would be something very beneficial for Geminis to cultivate, is that some type of meditation or mindfulness practice, again, especially first thing in the morning, so that you're setting up your day with the intention of being present in the present moment and grounding yourself in what's real and in what is true with a capital T. Okay. So clearing space for intentional living, intentional choices, intentional creativity, because we are working on self-mastery this month. So all the work we've been doing last year, I do see it coming to completion. I believe I've said that before in a past recent video, so I know that I am repeating myself, but sometimes these closing cycles of wrapping up lessons can last 6 months. So I am seeing that we are coming to a close, though. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, we've got Mercury entering Aquarius on the 16th, the Sun entering Aquarius on the 20th, and a new moon in Aquarius on the 24th. Aquarius is another prominent air sign, intellectual sign. It is the sign that rules 12, 10, the 9th house of your solar chart. If you're a Gemini rising. So it definitely rules over our beliefs, our belief system. So I feel like that is what we are wrapping up this month, is what do we really truly believe to be true, to be essential in our life, to be of the most importance, and how do we align with our values and making our choices and aligning our mind with those things that we find to be most important. Clearing out the clutter is going to be the theme for Gemini in January. Bring love into the situation. Yeah, I was just talking about Gemini and Virgo both being Mercury ruled, and so very active mind, sometimes prone to anxiety, and this card came up for Virgos as well. So not a surprise that we are somehow, both Gemini and Virgo are being affected by this Aquarius energy this month. And the way to respond to it, whatever is coming up for us, is bringing more love into the situation, grounding ourselves in love, in the recognition that we are all connected, grounding ourselves in the present moment, and having some kind of a mindfulness practice. All right, last message for Geminis. I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. So yes, that is the essence of mindfulness. It's not clearing your mind completely of thoughts, because let's be realistic, as Geminis, that's not an easy thing to do. It's not being totally at peace that we never have negative thoughts. The whole essence of mindfulness is simply being present with the discomfort and with whatever comes up. Okay, so that is the lesson Geminis are working on in the month of January. If you're wanting to cultivate more mindfulness, then utilize the new moon on the 24th in Aquarius to set your intentions. And then if there are certain things that you are wanting to let go of or release, then I would recommend using the full moon in Cancer, the lunar eclipse on the 10th. And stay tuned. You can follow me on Instagram. I do post lunar rituals for the lunar phases too. All right, last but not least, Libra. What do we have going on for Libra in the month of January? Use your mind wisely. Yeah, okay. So this seems to be a theme for all the air signs this month, is that we are dealing with issues of the mind, how we use the mind, how we focus, the perspective that we have, whether we're optimistic or pessimistic, and how we calm the mind. So the mind is a powerful tool, and it looks like we're definitely going to be activated in this area, all air signs this month, but for Libra especially, using your minds wisely. So let me pull some tarot cards to see what specifically this has to do with. All right, so we've got Page of Cups. Definitely a card of artistic abilities, creativity, passion, flow state. So making sure we're cultivating more joy in January, focusing on our joy and creativity and self-expression. Because we do have 8 of Swords, and 8 of Swords is where you hold yourself back, where you make excuses, where you tell yourself you can't do things because of XYZ circumstance or situation or person. So using our mind wisely, right? And these swords that are confining this woman are, how I'm interpreting it in this reading, they are your own thoughts and beliefs. So this is why it's important to use your mind wisely, because this is an illusion. You are not confined, you're not tied down, you're not being prevented from pursuing your own creativity or your own passion. It's purely your own thoughts that are enslaving you. Okay, so I know it's a pretty heavy message coming through, Libra, but that's what I'm getting. And we've got the Death card. So this is, I feel like has to do with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction on the 12th, because Saturn and Pluto, when they come together, it's a very potent cosmic force, but Pluto especially is the Death card. Pluto is transformation. And so something in you, and I would say something directly related to your mind, your thoughts and your perspectives, needs to die so that you can be free of what you perceive as binding you, because it's just in your head. You know, illusions can be very real and very convincing, but they're all in our head. Really, we can do anything we set our mind to. We can accomplish anything we desire. It's all the power of the mind. The mind is extremely powerful. It can be so powerful that it can make you feel like you're worthless and useless and you'll never amount to anything, or that so someone doesn't love you or you're unimportant, right? But the mind is just as equally powerful and can convince you that you are absolutely worthy of love, that you are deserving of all the wonderful things life has to offer, that you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. And certainly there is evidence of people like that from all different backgrounds and circumstances that have overcome seemingly insurmountable odds to achieve success and glory and happiness. So something in you needs to die. Perspective, a mindset, a negativity, beliefs about yourself or the world around you that are keeping you small. Okay? What else? Got going for Libra. Innocence. Take time to play. Nurture your inner child. Live with a childlike wonder. Yeah, this is your true nature, Libra. You are the eternal children of the zodiac. You're filled with so much life and youth and charisma. Libra is so playful. And when you guys are in your zone, right, you're so charming. You attract attention to you. Everyone just wants to be around you because you are so full of life and laughter and joy. I mean, Libra is ruled by Venus, right? So this is what we are wanting. Spirit is wanting you to get in touch with this month, right? That's why we had the Page of Cups come up. Getting in touch with your sense of playfulness and your childlike wonder, you know, just feeling at awe of life and the things around you and the things that you can do or try or be. Getting in touch with that sense of innocence and childlike play is going to be important for you this month. Okay. Because you are good enough. You are good enough. So we just talked about, right? Letting go of the beliefs that you're not, recognizing that they're just internal. They're not actually true. You are good enough. Last message for Libra. January. Joy is the ultimate creator. Yeah, I feel like this was very clear, very potent message for you, Libras. Get out of your head, get out of your negativity, recognize that you can be or do anything that you want to do, and getting in touch with that childlike sense of joy and creativity, because you've got some stuff to make or to create this month and this year. So joy is the ultimate creator. I love that. Super beautiful message. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. I will speak to you all again next month.